Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Let's see, I'm going to do flea market finds today, but I had a request. Somebody wanted to see the my Sears, my 1971 Sears hydro tractor, and I figured let me show you guys this quick and then we'll go on to the stuff at hand. There it is in all its glory. A buddy of mine, Charlie, got this thing as a trade-in. Still has the, hemorrhoid causing seats, starts, runs, moves. I do not have the deck for it. It looks like it was taken pretty care of in its day. Yeah, hydro track. There it is. The shame of it is, because of all my other crap, I'm not storing it properly, so it's going to hell. I have $150 invested in it. If somebody said they'd come get it and give me back my $150, I would let it go, because I'm not taking good care of it, and it's not going to end up in a good place. So there we are, the old Sears. Anyway, business at hand. Let's see, today was my first big flea market of the year. Well, first flea market worth going to of the year, let's call it that. So it's about 4 o'clock. Look at that, the light works. 4:26, Sunday, 60.2 degrees. And it was a good day for a flea market. Walking around out in the sun, seeing some of my old buddies. That's always kind of cool. Let me show you what I spent. I added everything up. It came up to $97, so I didn't spend too much. That's really a good thing, because I got my biggest I kind of have a big 3 a year, and the biggest of the big 3 is next weekend. So it was good that I didn't spend myself out of money. Brought the old F-150. She did good. Kind of her maiden voyage. Had my wheels just in case I found something. My backpack, I carry that wherever I go. And I didn't use it this market. This is more for the car show, but had that. Also brought my ramps just in case I, found something to load up. They don't work very good on 3-wheelers, but such is life. So, this is the pile of stuff I got, and I broke it into a few different areas. This here, and the bread maker over there. All of this put together was $13. So I got a few packages of these stickers, hot surface, and pinch points. I just think they're cool. Right? Do I need them? No, but they're cool. Screwdrivers. I happen to like this kind of screwdriver, not to use as a screwdriver, but see how the metal shank goes completely through? Every once in a while, you really got to give something a bit of a smash and a bash and a twist, so like that kind. Headlight, because it was just kind of in the box. This is Hubbard for $2.20. Right? There we go. Right, square peg, round hole. I bought the scraper, not because I wanted the scraper, but I wanted the plug off of it. Believe it or not, this is a bank. Put a battery in here, and as you feed coins in, it counts them for you. And my ever-loving red light bulb. Love these red light bulbs. So, this and the bread maker, once again, $13. Oh man, these guys were $4 each. I'm like forever and ever and ever losing my 10 millimeter. Always losing it. So what I did is, that was $4. So there we go. And these were $4 each. One SAE, one metric, and these are 6-point sockets. I don't know what you guys use. I only use 6-point. I mean, I think they're just Chinese crap or Taiwan crap. Well, Taiwan is part of China, right? I don't know, what does it say on here? Made in China. So there you go. I'm not helping Americans get jobs, but I don't know. Maybe SK or Mac still makes tools here. I'm not maybe just Mac. I don't even know if SK makes tools here anymore. All right, this was $9. End connectors. If you guys ever buy these, you realize these are expensive. Bits number 2. Drill bits. I like having a multi-pack of, I call these kind of, they're supposed to be good ones. The company used to be in Connecticut. They moved to China, like everything else. And they're supposedly really good. I don't know. And number 2 bits. So this pile of crap was $9. And the next pile was 23. And these have filament lights in it. Back to that charging quest that I'm always after, right? Series light bulbs to go with charging. Always using alligator clamps. Allen, but these are number 1s. Oops, as I throw them on the floor, right? Those are number 1s. Ties. I guess there's 100 of them in this bag. 14-inch. So that was $23. Motorcycle toolkit. Actually, I spent $103. You know, it has all of our favorites in here. And another number 10. So another number 10. This one's with 12. The other one's with 8. And then a 17, 14. And there's spark plug wrench. So all the favorites. And that actually makes the spark plug wrench go, or this makes the spark plug wrench go. So all of that. And then a buddy of mine, I call him Luther. I'm told his real name is Jimmy. He got himself a load of Dickie stuff. Dickies. These are carpenter pants. So, right, 2 carpenter pants and one of these jackets with the hood. This was $40. So I don't know, where do they make Dickies? Made in China. You know, everything's made in China. Dickies used to be made in the US also. Oh, what a pest. A lot of folks blame different people for the movement of business overseas. If you really want to go back to it, I don't know if you guys recall, if you're old enough, some of you, might be, when interest rates went right through the sky, when interest rates, if you wanted to get a mortgage, like the mortgage on my first house, the interest rate was 16.5%. Well, right around that period of, 5 years later, actually, I had to go to Japan on business. and the yen was trading at 250, 260 yen to the dollar. Right now it's somewhere around 130. But back then, when it was trading at 260 yen to the dollar, because interest rates were so high, the dollar was so strong, so to speak, you could buy anything overseas. Like, we'd go to stores and they'd have fancy Mont Blanc pens that were really reasonable. In the United States at the time, they were expensive, but if you were in Japan, they cost you nothing. The same, while that's going on, of course, that makes everything made here in the United States ungodly expensive, which is when the first wave of moving stuff overseas really happened. So as one looks at stuff going on, the closing factories and everything else in this country, you really got to go back, and that brings you all the way back to the late 70s and early 80s. You know, we're talking 40 years ago, right? 1975 was 40 years ago. So a lot of that stuff started to happen late in the 70s. We had the one term Jimmy Carter who started it, and then interest rates were relatively high under Reagan. He continued a policy, then gradually they started to loosen up, and but by that time, a lot of the damage was done, right? The American folks were buying all these cheap toasters, and remember back then VCRs were big, and they were starting to get reasonable. I mean, all that crap. Actually, I think the VCRs were really the first big electronics that were just wholesale brought in from overseas as cheap. That's when the cheap stereos started. Everything was coming from Japan back then, but all that crap started coming in costing almost nothing, and we all bought it, right? We weren't out there looking for Philco or whoever was still making the United States at the time. We were happy to buy it overseas, and quite honestly, the people who own those companies were happy to buy it overseas, stamp their name on it so that the quality looked good, and sell it here. But so the mess we've been in is an old mess. It's over 40 years old. My van, my mobile shed ain't doing the mobile thing very good anymore. It starts and it runs, and obviously the front tires turn, right? You can see the mud smeared on them, but the back wheel's seized up. Like, I don't have enough trouble that I need the back wheels to seize up. And while trying to break them loose, I had my son and his friends kind of pushing on it, and we got it to go this far, which is good, but now it's pinned up against the concrete here. So if I put my truck in, right, look where my door is. So unless I want to climb in and out the passenger side, I'm screwed. I don't even know what kind of brakes this has. What do you have for brakes back here? Feels like drums. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's drums. Right, it's got the drums all the way out here. The emergency brake isn't on. The check brake light is on. The brakes are soggy. The front brakes, I think, work. They sound like I'm getting something up there. So from just sitting, I mean, when did I get this thing? 6 months ago? So just sitting 6 months, enough water got in here. Well, I mean, obviously it was buried in snow for most of the winter that it killed the brakes. One handy thing about having it up against the curb, when I do jack it up, I'm able to kind of sit on concrete and do the work. Yeah, my ADD is spinning. When I poured the garage, we had extra cement, and that's when I made this pad. And then this pad worked out so well. This is where the Ranger was sitting that I actually, before I did the driveway, I wanted it done because I didn't want to run a 1,000,000-ton truck up and down the driveway. So before the driveway was paved, I had a truck come in, and I poured this one, that one, and the one the tug is sitting on. And what I like about it is, with these things here, whatever's sitting on them just does not deteriorate as quickly. It doesn't rot out. It just seems to keep everything dry. And in a way, you can see it. I mean, especially right? The way it curves down, and there's so much airspace under it, and so much airspace, and then you know, the black top dries out quickly, and all. So it works out pretty good from that point of view. Like everything else that needs to be finished, I'm gonna yank this piece of wood out. I've been wanting to put just a huge amount of item 4 all through and around here to kind of keep it dry and so forth. I'm being attacked by crows. Who knows? Maybe I'm dead here, and they're circling for my carcass. Alright folks, I want to thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please remember to enjoy all your days. Go out there and have fun, and you know, go to a flea market, spend money you don't need to spend, and have fun. Bye now folks.